What's up guys, Jay here with Solo YGO. Welcome to the channel if you're new. It's been a while since we dusted off the Chaos Turbo deck for Go format, so we're going to give that to you guys today. We've got the main deck, a whole extra deck, probably show quite a bit of it, because that's not often shown on a lot of channels. And then the side deck, fully revamped for you guys. Some upgraded rarities in the main, so I'm excited to show you guys what we've done. Before we get into it, we do have the channel memberships now live. Check out that Patreon as well. Shoutouts, extra perks, all that good stuff. We appreciate the support and helps out a lot. Alright, so we'll get straight into the main deck. Also, next month we'll be doing a Duelist Nexus box giveaway, so stay tuned for that. Here's one of the first upgrades we've done. We got the Turbo Pack Chaos Sorcerers now, so that's pretty cool. We are playing 3. I know most decks play 2, but keep in mind it's because of some other stuff we're playing. We're playing 3 Magical Merchants, so oftentimes you'll end up throwing one of these in the graveyard. So you don't really see this many in your hand, hopefully. And then it's also a turbo deck, so worst case, it's not the end of the world. Alright, that's it for the Chaos Monsters. We do get a lot of cards in the graveyard fast. We play pretty much all gas. For the 1-Ms, we got Breaker the Magical Warrior, Tsukiyomi, Sangen, and Sinister Serpent. The only one not limited to 1 here is Tsukiyomi. We're just playing 1 because that's what we feel is the correct ratio. It's usually the first search off of Sangen, but if we already have it, we'll just take Sinister Serpent. Or if we have Graceful or something like that in hand, we might take Sinister Serpent just for extra value, but Tsukiyomi's really good in a deck that plays 12 flip effects, and then 2 Noblemen of Crossouts, tons of implications for both of those. And then also Thousand Eyes Restrict, being able to abuse that over and over. So Tsukiyomi, just goated cart for GOAT format, really good. The other ones, you know what they do, just mandatory. For this build at least. Alright, now for the 3-Fs of the deck. For the last non-flip effects, we have 3 Thunder Dragon. Allows you to get 1 or 2 in the grave, which is really good depending how many Chaos Monsters you draw. You make that determination when the time comes. We got 3 Moth. Probably the best flip effect in the deck, just so good. You never want to see that get knocked. Usually you try and bait out knock by putting something else down first if you can. We got 3 Magical Merchant. Just all gas, adds you a spell or trap from deck and gets a bunch of monsters in the graveyard. Sometimes you just hit a spell trap right off the top, but we are playing more monsters than spell and traps, so hopefully that's not the case for you. 3 Dekoichi, 3 Spy. So we got, you know, we got 9 lights here, 6 darks. These go +1, +1, +1, +1, +1, or +2. You know, so much gas here, so much plussing. You really out advantage your opponent pretty easily with this build. We do main deck or side deck 3 Kaiku. So if your local meta is a lot of chaos, I would say cut down on the flip effect ratios. Like, for example, off the top of my head, I'd probably play, if I was playing 3 Kaiku in the main, because my local meta determined it was necessary, I'd probably play 2 Merchant, 2 Spy, and 2 Dekoichi. And then main deck 3 Kaiku, just because Kaiku is such a blowout card against Chaos decks, kind of mandatory. But if you don't know what you're playing, this is just a lot of gas. And then also, if you do have a lot of Chaos anyways, you know, you probably still win. Chaos Warrior is a tough deck, or Warriors, Pure Warriors, but still pretty good. It's hard to lose in GOAT format when you just have so many more cards than your opponent, and cards are not easy to come by. Speaking of some cards that would make them easier to come by, we got Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, and then to finish out the trio, we got Delinquent Duo, we got Snatch Steal, Heavy Storm, MST, Nobleman of Crossout, Nobleman of Crossout, Metamorphosis, and Metamorphosis. And that's it for the spells in the main deck. So things to point out if you're new to GOAT format and don't know. MST and then the whole top row are limited to 1. This is often referred to as the Trinity, it's just so powerful. And then Nobleman of Crossouts, semi-limited. Pretty bad against warrior decks just because they don't set a lot. They might set their Sangen, but if you know me, I always say not to set the Sangen, just normal summon instead, probably a little better. And then Metamorphosis, I just play 2. I'm not playing Scapegoat, so for me 2 is the right number. 3 is probably okay if you're playing Scapegoat, but in that case, you'd probably want to play a lot of Book of Moons, Tsukiyomi's too. At that point, you're just playing Tsukiyomi control. 2 is probably fine. We got a bunch of flip effects. Allows us to get a lighter dark immediately in the grave. It's just a very useful card. Chaos Sorcerer, use its effect, and then go into another level 6 to attack. Comes up a lot. 2 is just fine. On to the traps. Alright, we got Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute, Rain Destruction, Call the Haunted, and then 3 Raigeki Break. Whole top row is limited to 1, just such good cards. This is the Trinity of Traps, you gotta play them, regardless of what deck you're playing, pretty much. Call the Haunted, I just really like it because it's chainable over Premature Burial. I like being able to do it on the opponent's turn, but bring back a Songbird or something, or bring back something to interrupt them, or activate it in the end phase, bring back a Moth, and then book it with Tsukiyomi, then use Moth again, stuff like that. And then Raigeki Break, it's perfect for this build because we have Thunder Dragons instead of Serpent, and then we also heavier on the Chaos, so it allows us to get Lights and Darks in the grave potentially. And then we also just create a lot of advantage with the main deck monsters, so oftentimes discard 1 does not hurt us. If you don't create as much advantage as this deck, and you don't get as much advantage by getting stuff into the graveyard as this deck, you'd probably play Sakura or Armor. But Raigeki Break, if you can play it, so much more versatile. Hits things in the draw phase, standby phase, end phase. You know, it can hit them anytime you want, basically. Spells and traps, not just monsters. So Raigeki Break, MVP of this deck, so good. Would never play this build without it. Alright, on to the extra deck real quick. We got Thousand Eyes Restrict. You gotta play that at least because, you know, you play level 1s and this is the best fusion deck, or sorry, best fusion monster in GOAT format, bar none. Then we got some level 3s. This is going to be your higher attack one, but it's not a dark or a light. That's why we play Flame Ghost as well. I'm just maxing out on a lot of them. You can play like, you know, pretty much 2 copies of some stuff. Thousand Eyes Restrict, if you're playing 3 Metamorphosis, for sure play at least 3. But I mean, we have 2 meta, but we also have Magician of Faith, so it comes up. Again, you don't have a extra deck cap, so you might as well play whatever you can play. We got Dark Fire Dragon. These are level 4 Dark. And Dark Bolter, that's level 5, that's for Thunder Dragon. Another Thunder Dragon, Thunder Dragon, Thunder Dragon. If you get it there with Call of the Haunted, or if you tribute summon for it for whatever reason, good options. Dark Bolter is really nice. You get your level 6s. That's for your Chaos Sorcerer. And you got your level 7, that's for Snatch Steals. Then you got your level 8s, that's for BLS. And you got your level 9, that's for Snatch Steal. Again, just playing a lot of crap. I don't have to play it all. It's cool though. I got a lot of stuff in higher rarity. For me, it's just a collection piece as well, just to have these. I think it's pretty cool, a lot of these cards that were printed back in 2002, so always cool to have. We'll move on to the side deck real quick, then we'll close out. Alright, side deck, we got 3 Kaiku. I already mentioned if your meta is a lot of Chaos, go ahead and cut down on those flip effect ratios and just main deck Kaiku instead. A lot of decks already main deck Kaiku. Honestly, I was just giving you a generic build that's just really gassy, really good, but you always want to gear it towards your locals. You know people are playing. Most people don't make a lot of GOAT decks and constantly switch it up. It's more of just a casual format, right? So pick their favorite deck and stick to it often. We got 1 Reckless Greed, 2 Trap Dust Shoot, 2 Dust Tornado, 3 Mind Control, Lightning Vortex, 3 Solemn Judgment. Yeah, just pretty good cards in the format. You got some Going First cards, Solemn and Trap Dust Shoot. You got your Anti-Scapegoat cards. You got Mind Control, which is really good against decks like mine because you get to steal their flip effects and flip it for them. Or you don't play into certain stuff like Morphing Jar, or sorry, Cyber Jar. I lost words right now. Yeah, the one that's totally banned today. You got some extra back row removal. Reckless Greed is just, you know, it's good if they see you're a heavy back row deck and they bring in a lot of back row hate for you. One card I should mention that's not here that I probably could change out a card for, maybe Reckless Greed or Lightning Vortex, or cut down on 1 Mind Control. You know, Tribe Infecting Virus. I think that's really strong against the Warrior matchup. It's in my binder. I didn't want to pull it out, but yeah, that's one I feel obligated to mention regardless. Pretty good card. Alright guys, that's it. If you enjoyed the profile, give it a like, give it a comment, let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, let me know down below. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.